What's up, everybody? My name's Steve. I'm the blue collar cook, and I have lost 150 pounds eating crazy food just like this. Simple, easy. Come on, let's do it. So yeah, today's recipe's got a MacGyver feel to it. You remember old MacGyver, don't you? He could take a rubber band, some duct tape, and some WD-40 and create a bomb or something. Well, hopefully today's recipe won't bomb, but it has definitely got that feel to it. So the first things first, when I first heard of this recipe, I gave it the scrunchy face. You know what I'm talking about? And I told my wife about it, and she gave it the scrunchy face. Told the guys at work about it, and they said, I don't think I want to taste test that one. So I'm already kind of doubting my plan here. So the whole point of this recipe is every now and again you just want a sandwich. And I know if you're in the keto world, you've been doing chaffles for a long time and you're familiar with that. And there's nothing wrong with chaffles. But every now and again you want to try something that's more like a bun or bread or something like that. And the last crazy viral video that I saw and tried, I was actually surprised by it, the cottage cheese flatbread. It's part of my regular rotation now, so I'm not beyond trying something simply because it sounds weird. I would have never eaten cottage cheese. Up to that day, I probably never had eaten cottage cheese but in a couple things. But let's stop talking about it and put it together. A couple ingredients. Tuna. I'm using a big can. This one's 12 ounces and we're going to drain it off. 2 eggs and a teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm going to make it the traditional way with tuna, but I'm also going to try a different version with a canned chicken because, hey, why not? It's basically the same principle, right? But anyway, I want to try that and see if there's a big difference. And also, we got to figure out what this goes with. What tastes good on tuna bread if you want to make it into a bun? Well, that's something to think about, but we'll get to it here in just a second. So let's dump all this in the old mixer here. So the key is to get it nice and smooth from everything that I've read. So we're going to just pulverize the far out of it. How's that? Well, I have to say that looks interesting and it smells interesting. Yeah, it looks like tuna pudding or something. I don't know, but let's get it in a pan and see how it works out. I'm using a silicone mold and I'm going to put mine in the oven. But I'm going to bake it at 350 for about 15-20 minutes until it looks done. So, all right, so I'm going to get my stuff going here. Just pour out my tuna. I don't know if that sounds right, pouring out my tuna. I don't know exactly how many it's going to make in these molds, but ballpark it here. Try to get them all even here so they'll come out kind of uniform. So I've made 6. That'd be 3 buns if it works out top and bottom the way I think it should. Don't have a clue what's going to happen here, but I have seen that a lot of people like to sprinkle a little bit of everything bagel on there, so we'll put a little dash of that on each one and enhance the tuna bread. I still think it's crazy that I'm making tuna bread, but I'm going to go put this in the oven and then we'll get started on the chicken version of it, which will be basically the same thing, but let's get this in the oven and try it out. If you're using silicone molds, put it on a cookie sheet because you go to pull it out, stuff flops out in the oven. Don't ask me how I know this, but just a little tip, put it on a cookie sheet or something that's sturdy underneath it. So, all right, I'm going to put it in the oven. All right, for the chicken, I'm using a 10-ounce can. I'm figuring this will make less, but I'm just going to dump that in there. And I have done a whole video on who makes the best canned chicken, and you can look in the description and you can look at that. I'm using this brand right now, but then we'll just put all this together. And while we're doing this, I just want to think about what I want to eat in these. And I'm thinking for the tuna one, it would be good to just have some like tuna salad. I've heard based on reading comments about these recipes, I've heard that it's dry and it tastes like fish. So I'm thinking like a tuna mixture with some mayo and some diced up pickles would moisten it up and it'd complement the tuna, fish or whatever. And for the chicken one, I've made a chicken patty video. You can also see in the description. I'm thinking that would be awesome on a chicken bun. Chicken on a chicken bun. But today I'm going to try it with my favorite thing, Spam. Anyway, let's get this mixed up. Alright, that's all mixed up, nice and soupy looking. This one's got a little more moisture in it than the tuna did, so I'm sure that'll impact it somehow or another, but let's get it poured up. So I did grease these silicone pans just with a little bit of butter, not real heavy because silicone does really well about not sticking, but just in case. And I'm adding the bagel seasoning to these as well. So I'm gonna go get this in the oven and then we'll do some taste testing. All right, it's taste test time for the tuna. It come out just like I kind of thought it would. It's kind of flat. We call that flat as a fiddle here in the South, but anyway, it's flat. And I'm planning on using 2 of them anyway to make a sandwich with, but I'm gonna break it open so you can see the inside. Hopefully you can see the texture of that just a little bit there. But now, the part that's got me nervous. Yes, it smells like tuna. Yes, my house smells like tuna. You might want to use your oven vent. But let's try it out. So let's be real for a second. I like the texture of it a lot. It's got some fluffiness to it. And mine didn't dry out like other people said theirs did. But it's all about what you're going to put on this. I can sit and eat this and be okay with it. Maybe dip it in some sauce or something. You got a high protein snack or something like that. But I will say I don't hate it. I wasn't really sure what to expect. So let's try the chicken bread and see if it's any better. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Let's try chicken bread. So as I said, I cooked the chicken bread a little bit longer, and I think the reason it was so soupy is I didn't drain it off as much as the tuna. But this has got a little different texture to it than the tuna. It's got more texture. Let me tear it open and look inside of it. But it's kind of porous inside. Got a bread look to it. This one don't have as weird of a smell to it, but let's taste it and see how this goes. Hey, it's bread made out of chicken. What do you want me to say? It's got more of a neutral taste to it. It's not fishy. So you might be able to put like cold cuts on this or something, like ham or something, and not be totally weird. But I'm gonna make a sandwich out of this one, just because I like Spam and Spam sandwiches. I hadn't had one in a long time, so I want to do that and see how it dials in on that. Be right back. Now this is what I had in mind from the start. Using the silicone pan, I figured I could make them thin enough to double them up. Now this is going to be high in protein, this whole thing, and we'll put the macros down below in the description, but I was wanting a sandwich. So therefore I made a sandwich. This is the chicken bread combination with some jalapeno Spam. Let's try this. So yes, mission accomplished. I am happy with it. It serves as a sandwich. If you're tired of chaffles and you're looking for something else, this might be a go-to. It's simple. If you need to up your protein a little bit, this would be a great recipe to do that. I've never had a problem reaching my protein allotment, but definitely makes a good sandwich. Depending on what you want to put on it, you can add lettuce, tomatoes, and onions, and whatever. But hey, don't be afraid. Give it a try. Make you a sandwich, and may the Lord bless you. Mad science! We're making some crazy stuff today, come on.